Right now, we are in a Fox 17 code red for your steer clear traffic. Right now, I-65 southbound seeing a gridlock from an earlier vehicle fire at Old Hickory in Madison. We have a detour coming up on Fox 17 this morning.
And an early morning fire ripped through this home, killing 4 pets. We are live with new details.
Plus, a career criminal back in jail. Fox 17 working to protect you and your family.
You're watching Fox 17 This Morning with A.J. Hilton, Jennifer Waddell, Skywatch 17 meteorologist Craig Edwards, and Steer Clear Traffic with Samantha Russell. This is Fox 17 This Morning.
8 o'clock and good morning to you. We are in a code red for your steer clear traffic right now. Thursday, October 27th. We've got a mess out there. I'm Jennifer Waddell.
And I'm A.J. Hilton. Fox 17 following a car on fire on I-65 South in Madison. Let's get straight to our in-house traffic expert, Traffic Jam Sam, with the latest.
Well, good morning. Another day for 65 drivers. Can you believe it? This time traveling inbound, southbound lanes. So many people travel in 65 South from parts of Sumner, Robertson, and Davidson counties coming in from north of Nashville. It's an area that we talk about a lot in your Fox 17 steer clear traffic. Let's get right to the map and show you what we're talking about. This is I-65 South, Old Hickory. Vehicle, the fire is now out. You can see it's kind of burnt up on the side of the road. You can see it right here. Fire department actually blocking the entrance ramp from Old Hickory, looks like onto 65 South. Here are looks like people trying to get by on that far right shoulder. Definitely wouldn't suggest that. Remember, that is for emergency personnel in situations like this, but it looks like people are still able to get by. You can see here is the car that was on fire. 2 fire trucks here. 65 southbound traffic. Look closely. You can see that policeman blocking the traffic traveling inbound. Check out the impacts of the backup. This is a shot of 65 South at Vietnam Vets. I mean, it's at a crawl. This is 65 at Rivergate. Speaking of Rivergate, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead and exit off at Rivergate if you're coming in from maybe that north side of town, Millersville, White House. Take a Rivergate onto Dickerson South. That will take you around I-65. Also want to show you another way. Maybe you're coming in on Vietnam Vets West from parts of Sumner County. Let's pull up the Waze app if we can and show you what's happening on Waze. We want you to download it. Follow our Fox 17 Steer Clear Traffic Squad. You can see it here. Say you're coming in from Gallatin or Hendersonville and you're taking Vietnam Vets. Just go ahead and avoid getting on 65. Go ahead and exit at Gallatin. Gallatin Pike will take you all the way in. You'll hop on Briley really quick and then go continue in on Gallatin. If you zoom in, we can really show you what we're talking about, kind of give you an interactive view. You can see Vietnam Vets here. Just hop off at Gallatin and you can kind of see this runs along the east side of I-65. All of these speed sensors popping up 9, 10, 6 miles per hour. You want to avoid this. We'll be checking back in with this accident as it unfolds, finding out what caused it, any other vehicles involved, and again, updating you with the quickest detours only in your Fox 17 Steer Clear Traffic.
Thank you very much, Sam. Now, I don't think this is going to complicate things very much, but we do have a little bit of rain that's showing up out there on radar. I've kind of circled the area where some of that heavier rain is taking place. We had a brief heavy downpour that showed up here at the TV station that has kind of made its way off to the east right now. That continues to move eastward out there. So it's moving toward Mount Juliet, just to give you an idea. So we are going to put this in motion. I want you to be able to see how this is kind of tracking through. Forgive me, there's a lot of ground clutter showing up on the radar here as well. So a lot of this really isn't rain, but the area where we are picking up on the showers is reaching from south of Lakewood right there all the way back down into the areas just west of Percy Priest, and that entire area is continuing to move eastward toward Mount Juliet. Now, some brief heavy rain, but it doesn't last very long, and certainly not many of us are going to see this rain as we go through the rest of the morning. Here's a wider view at what's happening there, and you can see how it's kind of tracking through. This is just about it as far as the rainfall is concerned. And this all taking place at 4 minutes after 8 o'clock. Looking out from our sky eye vantage point, the showers are right here, and that's a little bit of, those are rain shafts right there coming out of the cloud. And once again, you can see how it lightens up right through here. So we're seeing much of this kind of ending already, and this should be just about it for the rest of the day. This is our view from Nissan Stadium looking back down to the south and west. You can still see the overcast that's out there, but some of the light spots that are showing up as well. And some of the roads are wet out there. It was a brief heavy downpour, and some of you still getting it over on the east side of downtown. Temperatures once again will warm up through the 70s to almost 80 degrees this afternoon. By noon, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies and 75. 79 looks like the high and that's going to be taking place this afternoon around 3 and 4 o'clock. I added this forecast for the lake for this weekend. I know many of you have your weekend plans, and you may have been out planning on going out and getting pumpkins and carving pumpkins and getting ready for Halloween. Well, it's going to be so warm this weekend. I know some of you are going to be thinking about heading out to the lake. 84 degrees on Saturday, mostly sunny skies. On Sunday, 82, mostly sunny there. Lake temperatures right now running around 74 degrees. That's down quite a bit from where they were during the summer, and the UV index is going to be moderate at 4. But it is, once again, going to be one of those weekends where it's going to be very pleasant. You may be thinking about heading out that way. 20% chance of a shower this morning, otherwise mostly cloudy. 79 today, 51 degrees tomorrow morning. It looks like 80 degrees tomorrow with sunshine, up to 84 Saturday, 82 Sunday, then Halloween on Monday, 83 degrees. It looks like mostly sunny skies there. Nice mild day for those trick-or-treaters. And then on Tuesday, the beginning of November, 81, 78 on Wednesday with partly cloudy skies.
Coming up on 8:06, and Fox 17 is following breaking news from overnight: a fire at a condo in Murfreesboro, including the emotional rescues of people and pets. So we've mapped it out for you. It happened at the Sitting Bull Crossing, and that's where we find Fox 17's Harriet Wallace live on the scene. Harriet, do we know yet what started this fire?
AJ, we don't know yet. We're told that the fire marshal here is busy taking photos, looking around, especially in the upstairs area. We're told that he's going to come back tomorrow to figure out what's going on. So just a look back here, they're still talking up there in the front door, trying to piece together some things. They're going to board up the home. We're told the homeowners are going to board the home up while they wait for the fire marshal to return tomorrow morning. They've also assigned a police security detail to keep watch on everything at night. We're also told the two folks who lived here at this home were refusing treatment. They stayed inside trying to save one of their pets. The stepfather of one of the gentlemen here did finally take him. The woman, and I believe we do have some video of that, she, very distraught at this time, saved one of her cats. They were able to pull, this is the only cat they were able to pull out of there. It gave it some oxygen. That cat is doing okay. 2 other dogs made it out okay. 4 of them did not. So that gentleman did go to the hospital for medical treatment. The woman who lived here, her mom is a nurse. She drove all the way from Shelbyville. She is here trying to convince her daughter to go to the hospital. We're told that she just might heed her mom's advice. Of course, we're going to stay out here and continue to gather more information as it becomes available. Live here in Murfreesboro, Harriet Wallace, Fox 17 News.
Harriet, thank you very much. It is 8:07 right now, and a man with a long criminal history arrested again. I'm here to show you all the different mugshots for Cavante Kane. He is waking up in jail again this morning. He's charged with assaulting police officers and drug possession. And if his name sounds familiar, that's because this is not the first time that we've reported on this guy's arrest. As I mentioned, these are all the mugshots for Cavante Kane. The oldest one is from March of 2014, and police snapped the newest mugshot just Tuesday. Nashville gang unit detectives searched Kane's house. They found marijuana and a gun that had the serial number scratched off. Police arrested Kane. They say that he moved his handcuffs to the front of his body while in the patrol car, and when officers tried to put the cuffs back behind him, they say Kane kicked an officer, causing him to bleed, and then also spit in an officer's eye while they were booking him. And the latest in a string of arrests for this guy over the last few years, you could say. We want to give you some of the details about it, going all the way back to 2014. Kane, one of 33 teenagers who broke out of the Woodland Hills Detention Center, went on the run for more than a month before police were able to catch up with him. Right now, it is almost 8:09, and as we take a look at this story, we want to let you know that we are continuing to monitor breaking news here on Fox 17 this morning in the Steer Clear Traffic Center. We have our traffic expert, Traffic Jam Sam, standing by right now with new information.
That's right, Jen. As you said, a code red in your Fox 17 Steer Clear Traffic, taking a live look from our Fox 17 Steer Clear Traffic car stuck in that crawl of a backup. It is bumper to bumper right now, and we know for all those people, they're just probably having the biggest traffic headache. We feel it. We've been there, and this is why we are here for you on Fox 17 this morning. The accident causing this big jam up is 65 South at Old Hickory in Madison. You can see it here on our Steer Clear traffic map. It was an earlier car fire. The fire is out, the smoke is lifted, but now crews are actively working the scene. We don't know know if anyone was injured, if they were able to get out. You can see all that 65 traffic is having to go to that far left HOV lane. Police, fire, and TDOT on scene working. You can see the burnout car right here. We have Fox 17's Kelly Rippon live on the scene right now with an update. Kelly?
Sam, we just got to the overpass over I-65 at Old Hickory Boulevard. I want you guys to take a look. So they have the far two left lanes open, and it actually looks like potentially here in the next couple of minutes they may be able to open this third lane. But we do have the highway response unit and fire trucks. Again, as you mentioned, that fire is out. Unclear if they took anyone away in an ambulance or not. But what I also want to point out is while they have these lanes roped off, they also, over here, the on-ramp to get onto 65 is still open from Old Hickory Boulevard, but they do have everyone kind of going off into the shoulder to then get on the highway. So if you typically come from Madison and you use Old Hickory Boulevard to get onto I-65, you should be okay. Again, this is heading southbound, so it's just north of the on-ramp. And again, traffic is getting by, but please use caution in this area. We're going to keep an eye on things from up here, try to see if we can give you an idea of how bad traffic is backed up, also if they're going to be able to open. And actually, David, if you don't mind zooming in just a little bit closer now that we're able to get a better look at that car. It looks like maybe it was an SUV or a minivan of some sort, and you can see the front end of that completely charred, and it looks like it's been gutted on the inside there. They just opened that third lane now. They are moving some of those cones back, but they have the far right lanes blocked still. Stick here with Fox 17, your only station able to bring you these updates. Sam, I'm going to send it back into you.
Thank you, Kelly. What you're looking at right now is a GMC Acadia. Our other Fox 17, Adrian Mojica, right now, this is via FaceTime. He was actually who you could see in Kelly's shot. This is the GMC Acadia, white SUV. You can see extensive damage, obviously totaled that whole front end through the passenger, over the roof of the very back, completely burned. We don't know what caused this accident. We don't know if another vehicle was involved. It does look like a newer style vehicle. If that was maybe someone you know, we're working to figure out who was driving that, what caused it, if there's any serious injuries, hoping that everyone was able to get out okay. 65 South Old Hickory in Brentwood. Another view you can see here is the car that we were just showing you. TDOT police. Looks like that exit ramp completely open now. No longer crews are working in that exit ramp. Here are shots of the backup. This bottom one is 65 South at Vietnam Vets, and you can see still backing up here. Another shot, 65 at Vietnam Vets, and then several other delays. You can see 65 at Rivergate. Several ways to get around this. We're going to go back out live to that's Kelly's shot again, showing you the vehicle there. You can see TDOT. It does have it off to the far right shoulder. It looks like that's what that car, that GMC Acadia, was trying to do, and maybe figuring out that it was catching fire, trying to get over to that far right shoulder. Usually we see this kind of situation in some type of collision starting that fire. So I'm sure we're going to see crews out there investigating also. It looks like they're working to open a fourth lane along 65. So those of you in Madison areas, Sumner County, Robertson County, a few ways you can get around this. Just avoid 65. Those detailed detours are all coming up on Fox 17 this morning.
8:16 and Fox 17 is in a code red for your steer clear traffic because of a car fire and major backup on I-65. A live look at the standstill traffic from our steer clear traffic car.
Yeah, it is a mess out there. We want to get straight to our in-house traffic expert, Fox 17 Samantha Russell. She has your steer clear traffic. One, because we're in this code red for that accident, but we also want to let you know we are keeping an eye on the traffic around the mid-state. We're going to get you caught up on your morning commute.
That's
Sam.
absolutely right. Another day of code red steer clear traffic. And like Jen said, we know a lot of people who take this way in, but we know a lot of people who don't. So everybody else, we're going to get to you in just a second. We want to let you know that we are tracking this closely. You can see this is our Fox 17 steer clear traffic map. That vehicle fire is now out and on the right shoulder. But if you don't know where that is, maybe you're new to Nashville, 65 South in Madison at Old Hickory. A lot of people enter 65 from that way. You can see it now. It is off the road. You can see kind of the ashes there in the burnt car. They've moved completely into that median, that grass median. TDOT and police working the scene, but all lanes of traffic are flowing there. You can see these shots here really backing up. This is 65 at Vietnam Vets and Rivergate. You can see really big traffic jams coming in from that north side of town, including Robertson, Sumner, and northern Davidson counties. Several ways to get around this. I want to show you the Waze app and how we use it here at Fox 17. You can either take Dickerson, which runs all the way into downtown. You can see if you're coming down Vietnam Vets West, hop off at Dickerson, and you can actually zoom in and see how that takes you all the way on the east side of downtown. You'll quickly get on Briley and then continue down Dickerson South until you get into downtown. It is moving slow right now, you can see, but if you want to take, Gallatin, you can also hop on Ellington from Gallatin. So you can take Dickerson, which is on the west side of I-65, or Gallatin, which is over on the east side of 65, or you can even take Ellington. It's moving about 35 miles per hour right now. Also want to reassure you, other steer clear drive times are looking okay. We are seeing some big delays happening on I-65 on the south side of town, 40 minutes from Franklin up to Nashville. That's a half an hour delay. May want to take Carruthers, Wilson Pike, even Franklin Road into town instead of taking the interstate. I-24 about a half an hour from Smyrna, and then I-40 about a half an hour, pretty slow right now along I-40 traveling west from Wilson County moving into Davidson County. That includes you over in Donaldson and Hermitage. We'll be checking back in with these steer clear drive times and of course that accident on 65 South at Old Hickory in the north side of town in Madison coming up on Fox 17 this morning.
All right, Sam, thank you very much. The time is 8:18 and new this morning. Want you to take a look at some brand new surveillance pictures that we just got into the Fox 17 newsroom. We've got a burglary at a business in Clarksville. This is the Top Dollar Pawn on Providence Boulevard. And you can see the two guys here. They come into the store. You can see it looked like they were breaking in through a garage type door, and they made off with two dirt bikes. And if you take a closer look here, you'll see both of these people have masks covering their entire faces. And that's what's making it tricky right now for Clarksville police to get an ID on these guys who right now are still on the run. Those dirt bikes are still missing.
8:19 and a 34-year-old Hendersonville man is now charged with sexual exploitation of a minor. Police say this man, Michael Comal, will appear in court next month, and it appears that Comal is no stranger to the crime. He's currently under indictment in Wisconsin for first-degree child sexual assault and child enticement.
Also this morning, take a look at this because Nashville police are really trying to get the man you see in these pictures into custody. He robbed a market at gunpoint. This happened at the Ace Market on Bradford Avenue. You can see that shot there of him holding the gun. If this is a place where you stop, you definitely want to be aware of this because it happened in broad daylight, right around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. This guy got away with some cash, wearing a gray t-shirt, black pants, and an Oakland A's baseball cap with a yellow bill on it. Right now, he's still on the run.
Right now, Murfreesboro police offering a $1,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of two men wanted in a home burglary. This happened on Lawndale Drive. Police say the suspects seen here used a brick to break into the home, stole several items, including weapons and a laptop. So if you recognize either of those men, make sure you call police.
And right now we are code red in your Fox 17 steer clear traffic. A live look at that car that caught fire. GMC Acadia. This is on 65 South in Madison, right at the entrance from Old Hickory Boulevard. A full update with how to get around it and avoid the jam up on Fox 17 this morning.
Yep, we've got you covered. Your only station live and local through 9 a.m. Also this morning, robbers hit a Springfield business, getting away with cash, and it all happened in less than 3 minutes. We'll show you more of this surveillance video, why police want to get these guys off the streets.
And Fox 17 17 Days of Soul is back. We're giving you a chance to win $100 and a brand new Kia Soul. Stay tuned after the break to find out what today's keyword is.
It is 8:23. We are in a Fox 17 code red for your steer clear traffic. An earlier vehicle fire on 65 South at Old Hickory and Madison causing massive delays for interstate travelers north of Nashville. That's where you find Fox 17's Kelly Rippin live on the scene with what's going on now. Kelly?
Sam, I want to give you guys an idea. We're actually on the Old Hickory Boulevard overpass. So you can see below us is I-65. All 5 lanes have now reopened, but that does not mean that, of course, the damage hasn't been done as far as delays go. Now, I want you guys to look off to the far left side of all these lanes. You'll see that car that burnt out earlier this morning. It looks from here like it has been completely gutted through that car, and right now TDOT working to get some of the debris off the roadway, but they have been able to open again all 5 lanes lanes. And if you typically come in from Madison, you take the Old Hickory Boulevard on-ramp, you should have no problem. The TDOT truck that was kind of directing everybody off to the side has let everybody through and is getting wide open there now. But again, we're seeing the delays and we're seeing the slowdowns, especially in the far right-hand lanes of I-65 southbound, as people are trying to move over to let those crews work and clear the scene. Again, the good news that we've been able to tell you is that the roads reopened, but we are keeping an eye on those delays, and we'll send it back into Sam for an update on that.
Thank you, Kelly. So glad to see that all those lanes are back open. If you're new to Nashville, not quite sure where we're talking about, this is north up I-65, but actually traveling inbound in the southbound lanes in Madison, 65 south at Old Hickory. We can show you the view from the TDOT camera here. Traffic is still pretty heavy, and let me tell you, it is backing up back past Vietnam Vets. You can see crews are working on that far right shoulder. We've been telling you to take Gallatin. Actually, I have a viewer telling us that they had a child at Davidson Academy, which is on the west side of I-65 on the north side of town. She said she actually took Gallatin, was able to get onto Old Hickory, that overpass over the interstate to get over to Davidson Academy using that Fox 17 steer clear detour. So Gallatin is an option, Dickerson is an option. You can always take Gallatin south onto Briley and then hop onto Ellington to get into town. I want to reassure other people, we know not everyone is impacted by that on the north side here, 65 on the south side down in Williamson County. 65 at Concord, heavy traffic right now traveling north, coming in from Cool Springs, Franklin, Spring Hill through the Brentwood area. We are seeing a really slow drive time in that area going on right now, and you can see a slow 24 miles per hour right around Armory and the 440 junction. We'll be checking back in with your steer clear speed sensors across Nashville and that accident to the north on Fox 17 this morning.
Thank you very much, Sam. One of the reasons you may be seeing some of that slower traffic down in Williamson County, we've got a shower passing through there that's heading off to the east. It's moving toward Murfreesboro. We'll track it, let you know when it's going to be getting into Rutherford County.